On my recent New Zealand holiday, I made a stop at a small distillery I'd come across in my searches in and around Christchurch. The Kaiapoi Distillery. They're located just north of Christchurch, and they've been around for a reasonable period of time, at least by New Zealand craft whisky standards anyway. They currently don't do tours, and I was the only person at the cellar door at the time, so I not only had the chance to chat with the man behind the counter, but also to the third generation owner of the distillery. Pretty cool. They let me try a whole bunch of their offerings, but I walked out with this beauty. The Kaiapoi 18-year single malts whiskey. Let's see what she's got. Shall we? Welcome to Whiskey Whiskey, I'm John Chidgey. Please remember to drink responsibly, only ever in moderation, and where and when it is appropriate to do so. If you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't already, please take a moment now to like and subscribe, and visit engineer.network/whiskey without the E to learn how you can support this show. Thank you. The Kaiapoi Distillery trades as part of Southern Grain Spirits by John and Matthew Fitzpatrick, and originally started to lay down whiskey in 1996. I met Matthew Fitzpatrick, the current master cooper, not John Fitzpatrick, the master distiller, who wasn't available when I was at the cellar door. Matthew was, well, flitting between rooms and phone calls and such, as you might expect, but he was still kind enough to spend about 10 minutes chatting to me about this 18-year offering that I had just purchased. The Fitzpatrick family had been brewing for, or distilling other beverages like vodka, for example, for 3 generations, as far back as 1950, and had some ties back to sherry producers in Spain, and he was able to obtain some difficult-to-find casks on a visit to Spain several years ago. The sorts of casks that these days you just won't get over the phone, or if you can get them, they're going to cost you an absolute fortune at an auction. And whilst it's not actually stated on the bottle or on the box, or website, either, that I can find, he told me that this 18-year single malt was finished for 4 years in, I believe it was a 60-year-old sherry cask from Spain. Not seasoned, an actual cask that aged actual sherry oak for 6 decades. While I was there, I also tried their Shepherd's Whiskey single blended whiskey, which was an absolute bargain for a 1-litre bottle costing only 40 New Zealand dollars. And in my opinion, it was at least as nice as the Loch Lomond Reserve, but even cheaper. And if I was a local there, or I had more duty-free allowance, which I didn't, I would have grabbed a bottle of that stuff as an everyday sipper, but alas, was not. Oh well. I also tried their Kaiapoi 12-year single malt, which was also nice, but only having enough allowance for a single bottle in my duty-free from here, I looked and took the 18-year instead. Before I get to that though, they had a simple pricing policy, $10 a year. Hence their 12-year was $120, 17-year was $170, and so on. There's not many distilleries that do that, but I kind of liked it. I certainly wasn't going to argue. Kaiapoi is, as I said, is north of Christchurch in the Waimakere district, which is in turn part of the Canterbury region on the South Island of New Zealand. They use a single 140-year-old handmade John Doerr pot still that was brought out to New Zealand from the United Kingdom. The water source for the distillery comes from the Waimakere River, whose water source originates from the nearby mountains. Now then, this 700ml bottle costs 180 New Zealand dollars, and that works out to about 165 Australian dollars from their cellar door only, since I found that their website has been in a state of being under construction for at least the last 3 months, at least at the time of researching this. Unfortunately, I can't find anywhere else that sells their stuff, so hopefully their website and online store will be available again sometime soon. It has an 18-year age statement, has a 40% ABV, and it is not chill filtered. And one website suggests it is also not coloured, but there's nothing official that I can find to confirm this, and I didn't ask when I was there. There's no range or anything similar that I could find either in the store or on their website, although I would note that currently this is their oldest age statement offering. Now, the box has the following to say on the back. Fitzpatrick's single malt triple cask whiskey has been quietly maturing over 18 years in specially prepared casks of American oak, French oak, then finished in historic Spanish Oloroso sherry casks. 18 years of beautifully balanced complexity with a sweet aromatic nose and rich, deep layers of malt. Our luxurious whiskey has been distilled from the finest malt barley at the historic Kaiapoi Distillery in Canterbury, New Zealand. Nice. Incidentally, if you're wondering about the name Kaiapoi, In Maori, kai means food, and poi loosely translates to either practiced art or depot or swing, depending upon the context it's used, hence there are several interpretations. The website goes with food swing, whilst others prefer food depot. But either way, it's still kind of a cool name. Whatever. Their bottle, website, and box contain no tasting notes whatsoever. And that's pretty old school. That's fine with me. We'll figure that out for ourselves anyway. It's fine. So, I tried this once at the cellar door. I have not opened it since. There we go. Let's see what we get. So for colour, I would say that is a probably a copperish sort of a colour, maybe sherry sort of a colour. As for the legs, there's a whole bunch of legs that are breaking away and running, not too fast, quick-ish. There's some around the back that haven't really run away. There we go now. All right, let's see what we get on the nose. Oh, sherry baby. Ooh, I smell sherry bomb. This is seriously strong sherry. And it is a deep, deep, deep sherry. It is not sprinkled on top. Wow. Okay, that is delightfully strong sherry. I mean, that's just, yeah. Yeah, getting a little bit of oak on that, a little bit on the nose. I'd say there's some nice red apple, a little bit of citrus, maybe some lemon citrus, and a little bit of butterscotch. God, it smells yummy. All right. I do love an Oloroso sherry finish. There is no question about that. It is not peated, and I'm okay with that too. Let's see what we get. Wow. That is... Oof. Oh. Okay. So for the mouthfeel, it's a bit not what I expected. I would almost say... It's a little bit of a contradiction. It's like it's a little bit thin and a little bit watery, but it's also oily, and you can still chew on it. it's like a little bit everything, and I actually don't mind it. Like the mouthfeel, the texture of it, it's got this light fruitiness to it. You know, it's not. I mean, it doesn't stick around too long, admittedly, but for the mouthfeel. In terms of the finish, I would say that's probably short to moderate finish. It's not super long. Man, but I am breathing out sherry. I'm retasting sherry as I am breathing out. Not an issue. For the record, it is fine. I mean, the amount of sherry on this is comparable to a Macallan in like a younger age statement Macallan. I mean, it's different enough flavor profile though. I'm not saying it's similar to a Macallan exactly. It's not. It's just that the sherry component is quite pronounced, more pronounced than most whiskies I've tried that are sherry finished. And I dare say it's because it is coming from a much older sherry cask. It's almost 60 years old. That makes sense. A little bit of caramel fudge too on the nose. Man, I have another go. You know, it's like a light treacle toffee, bit of butterscotch, bit of honey. It's sweet, but it's not overpoweringly sweet. And it's got this beautiful, really low-level, faint sort of burn to it. It's not harsh at all. It is super smooth and just... This is beautiful. One of the problems I'm finding with going deeper into the rabbit hole that is whiskey, is that you can, I think, get sucked into super complex, super strong, punch in the mouth, boom, boom, boom kind of whiskeys. And you forget, I think you can, if you're not careful, you can neglect and forget just how delightful a whiskey like this, which is in so many ways, it is not super complex, but it is exactly what it is trying to be. It's almost like I don't know how to put this, mate. Is it like the perfect execution of a sherried single malt? I mean, it's just, the balance is incredibly good, but it doesn't drag you in one way with any particular flavor. It's just delightful. I mean, honestly, but the funny thing is, would I say it's blowing me away? Well, I guess that's an interesting question. Oh, it's a tough one. All right, okay. Okay, got to rate this baby. So where does it sit? Noting that they are a craft distillery, and that definition of craft, once again, is less than 450 kilolitres a year. So, it's a cost of 2, which is affordable for good craft whiskey. And if you buy it locally in New Zealand, and if you live there, or you bring it home duty free. But then again, of course, if you do actually import it and ship it to your country, wherever they offer it, when they do offer it again through their website at least, it's going to push into a 3, and that'll be stretching the budget a bit for craft. But honestly, seriously, for an 18-year single malt, the price is actually quite good for the local market for what it is. I have a dilemma with the quality on this, because I tell you what, I mean, I'm going to have to make this last because it's going to be hard to get another one. But I'll be buggered. I really want to have more of this. It's so freaking good. I'm going to give this a 4. It's going to be I think it's fair to give it a 4. I think it's a low 4, but it's still a 4. It's an amazing drink. It does make me giggle. Honestly, it's melting me a little bit on the inside, but I wouldn't quite give it, much more than a low 4, but it is. But it's exactly what it says it's going to be. It's everything you would hope for in a beautiful sherried expression. So, I mean, I'm absolutely, thoroughly impressed by this dram, and I'm super glad that I got it. My only regret is that I didn't get a second one, but I had a duty-free allowance. I couldn't take the whole bloody thing, could I? And with that, let's leave it there. I'll say cheers, and I will see you next time. Sherry, quite contrary. Or not. I mean, damn. Sherry. God damn. That is a sherry bomb. I like.